I've left Parker, Arizona, and I'm now headed to a place called Hippie Hole. And that was the place on the Colorado River that I wanted to stay at on my very first night. But I wasn't able to make it that far because I got out a lot later than expected. And I didn't want to arrive someplace on my very first night after dark. So this is my last night out on my trip. I plan on arriving home tomorrow. So I just thought it would be fitting to spend my last night at the place where I had planned on spending my first night. Well, this is pretty cool. This is my campsite. This is Hippie Hole, and it feeds right into the Colorado River. Wow, what a view. This is a great spot for my last night. I don't know what the deal is today, but my contacts are killing me. So I'm going to take them out and put my glasses back on. And since it's called Hippie Hole, I'm going to change clothes and I'm going to look like a hippie. Because down deep in my heart, I'm a little bit hippie anyway. It's really pleasant outside, but it gets pretty warm in the van if the sun is shining directly in. So these need to go up right away. Silver side out. You can almost immediately feel the place cool down when you put those up. Got my hippie dress on. Hippie time. Now if I were a true hippie, I'd probably go skinny dip, but I'm not that much of a hippie. I wish I could take credit for this idea, but I can't. I heard someone across the way telling someone they were talking to that whenever they go to a new site, they like to spruce the place up a little bit. So I thought, well, I can walk around and pick up some trash. I've got some extra bags here. So I did that. And in 10 minutes, I picked up 84 cigarette butts. So smokers, please hold on to your butts. The earth is not your ashtray. I'm getting off my soapbox now. So the sun is shifting and it's putting some sun on my bed and getting a little warm. So I am going to show you the curtain that I made. This is simply a black sheet, and along the top I put these hook side of Velcro strips, because this is very similar to the, I don't know what it's called, hook and, well, I'll put it up here on the screen, but the soft part of Velcro. So this just sticks up here. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge to get it to stick, but it stays up all night when I put it behind my seats for privacy if I'm urban camping, which is not very often, but it does stay up all night. So now I've got some shade until the sun gets a little lower and less intense. I can still sort of see outside, but will remain a lot cooler. It's so weird to think that this is my last night sleeping in the van on this trip. Tomorrow night I'll be in my own room, in my own bed, have my own shower and flushing toilet. But I am going to miss this. Alright, an update on the kitty litter competition. I had been using these pine pellets. I've used both Feline Fresh, and I think there's also one called Feline Pine, and they're pretty much identical, so just get whichever one you can get cheaper. But I really like these, and I like the smell. I mean, it's just pure pine that's pelletized. You pee on it and it turns into sawdust. Well, in Tucson I could not find that, so I ended up buying Kitty Diggins, and it has one ingredient, Fuller's Earth, a type of clay that's very absorbent. It has no fragrance or anything like that. It looks kind of like just really fine gravel. So I used both just to test them out. For peeing, I liked the pine better. It seemed to deodorize better, and I like the fresh scent of the natural pine. This has no fragrance, and I'm not sure that it actually deodorizes, because yesterday I came back to the van after not being in it for a minute, and I remember thinking, kind of smells like there's a cat in here. So for peeing, I would say this. That said, there were a couple of times that I had to go number 2 in the van, and I immediately covered it up with this, packed it up, and took it out. For that, I guess I would say I preferred this because it's fine and it's gonna just cover everything. There's not gonna be gaps and holes in it like with this. Would I buy this if I had the pine available? Probably not, just because I usually don't go number 2 in the van. That's only in emergency situations. So since space is at a premium, at least in my van, I'm very particular about what I allow in the van. I tend to be a minimalist, and I want as little clutter and as few things as possible. So I don't want to be carting around 2 bags when I could just have one. And since I hardly ever poop in the van, I don't think I would need this. But if that's a regular habit for you, you might like this.
Next time on Van Life Wannabe.
I just realized I'm living in a van down by the river.